Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Moore's October Rant series, where I just talk about random things. It could be a news story, an instance that I had online or at a store, or anything like that. So today I wrote down a few notes, and it pertains on owning a vehicle, or like the thought of buying a car, or this cars as a society in America. So the notes I wrote down are this. I said, I never understood the appeal of owning a car and driving. There are so many responsibilities that come with owning a car, like paying for the car and then paying for gas, car insurance, repairs for the car if it breaks down. Then you have to pay for the registration, the excise tax, and other things. When you consider all of that, it doesn't seem worth the hassle of owning a car. Plus, you have to deal with parking, especially in a big city. It can be incredibly difficult, especially for people who are younger, who haven't really practiced parallel parking, or just have nerve-wracking thoughts about parking and aren't very good at it, because there's some people that drive for 15 years and they're still not good at parking. So I wrote, people with cars also get tickets from the police and other things that are just a hassle. And where are those people driving to besides work and family obligations? A lot of people do not have time to have a social life and go out and party, meet new people, and socialize. They work a job every day, and they have to be up at a certain time for work and do not want to be tired for work. That's how American society works. You bust your ass and give your blood, sweat, and tears for 50-plus hours working, and then, if you're lucky, after you retire, and if you build up a retirement fund, you will have the remaining years to spend the fruits of your labor. And then that's even if you live to see retirement. With public transportation, all you have to focus on is getting there and paying a one-time fee. With a car, you have to continue to pay countless fees. So owning a car never seemed like a logical thing to me. I live in a city where stores are not very far, and walking is a very good way to get to these destinations. So think about what I have said and ponder on it. Okay, so now I wrote that, and I want to add some more commentary, like off the top of my head. And one of the reasons why I've never really owned a car, like I said, where do these people have to go? Like I said, besides like a job or family obligations, seeing family and driving and stuff. Like I said, a lot of people don't really have a social life anymore. Everyone's working. Everyone is so busy working, and when you're done working or you have a break, you just want to lay in bed and sleep or do things. Like a lot of people some people just don't have a social life because they have no one to talk to, and it's really hard for them to go outside and meet people and talk. So I think if I had a car, well, where the hell would I go? I don't have any in-life friends. I don't really have anywhere to drive to. Work's one thing, but besides that, like, I don't have anywhere to drive to. I don't have anywhere really I need to go. I can take a public transportation ticket for a bus or Uber or whatever. And I live in a big city, so everything that I need is within the city. I have a huge shopping plaza. Amazon exists. There's a little shopping plaza down from me. There's one that just opened. Like, there's so much stuff that I can do. I could walk there. If I really needed to, I could walk there. So never understood cars, maybe in like a town where like everything is like 20 miles away. Yeah, absolutely. A car would definitely be good. But, a lot of people live in big cities. So never understood owning a car, Probably because I never really have anywhere to go besides work and other stuff like that. So maybe if I had a social life and, I had a lot of friends and had a lot of like parties to drive to and stuff like that. But think of it, even if you have a couple of friends and you have a social circle, is all the stuff that owning a car, like, you have to do. Like, is it worth it? All the stuff you have to put up with and pay for is driving around a little to see your friends or doing like picking up an errand, like clothes. Like, is that really worth all the time and effort it takes to maintain a car and pay for it and all that stuff, when you could just take a bus downtown and pick up your laundry, like pick up like your dry cleaning and just bring it home with you on the bus and go? It's just, I never understood owning a car, especially in a big city. But everyone has a different opinion on the whole car thing. But I bring this up because people would always ask me why I don't own a car, or why I don't have my license or anything, and I'm like, I don't have any reason to get a car. I have no reason to get my license. I live in a city where everything is in walking distance, and like we live in a city where like if you don't live, not a city, but we live in like a society, I should say, America, where if you don't like do certain things, like if you don't get married at a certain time, if you don't lose your virginity at a certain time, if you don't get your license at a certain time, or go to college at a certain time, or have a girlfriend at a certain time, like as a male, like if I have a girlfriend at a certain time, like people like to criticize you, or not everyone, a lot of people don't really care, but people will criticize you and think there's something wrong with you. And, like I always bring up logical, factual points. I'm like, one, cars cost money. Two, I live in a big city. I can walk or take a bus. Three, mind your own business. It just never understood people's fascination with owning cars in big cities and stuff. Like, look at New York City. Everyone there just walks or takes buses. Like, there's not a lot of people don't even have a car in New York City. But yeah, and that's one of the big causes for traffic in LA is because everyone has a car and no one just wants to walk or take a bus, But and like cars add a lot of air pollution and stuff like that. So that's another reason, but that's not like a big reason, but it does affect the earth. But yeah, I just never understood why people are so worried about what I'm doing or what I choose to do, if I have a car or not or whatever. But it's funny because I was thinking, like, what happens if I find a girlfriend and I want to take her on a date, but I don't have a car? Like, isn't it like the man's obligation to pick a woman up in a nice car and take her to like a dinner date or something like that? And how are you supposed to do that if you don't have a car? Maybe she'd have to have a car, and her picking you up, that's not right. You should be picking her up as the man. Man, times are changing, bro. Times are fucking changing. Women are starting to take charge and pay bills, and they go their own like way with bills, and like they say women love to do their own thing now and be more independent and stuff. So, like if a woman truly cares about me and loves me, she's going to understand that I do not own a car and that I can't take her out on dates with a car. Like I can meet her at the place. I could probably get a ride or something like that. But, like not everyone has cars. And if you're not going to date me solely based off of me not owning a car, then you're not really meant to be my girlfriend anyway, Because then at that point, you would only want me because of a material possession that I own. And I don't think that that's good for the basis of any relationship. Like you shouldn't want someone based off of the possessions that they own. So never really understood that. And, like I think about it, like what happens if I ever meet a girl and she wants me to pick her up for dinner, like I said, and she knows I don't own a car. Like, is that going to be a deal breaker? And at that point, if she wants to not talk to me anymore or doesn't want to date me or talk to me, like I said, then I'd rather her do it then, and I would know right there and then that that's not the right person for me. Because like I said, a woman should accept me for who I am and understand that I don't have a car and we can work something out. Because, I remember a song, it's called No Scrubs by TLC. And, like in the song, like it talks about a guy who doesn't have a car, and like they talk about like reasons why they wouldn't want a guy, and they think he's a scrub, and one of the reasons why is because he doesn't own a car, and he lives with his parents. Like there's tons of people that are hardworking, nice, honest, loyal men, and they live with their parents and don't have a car, but they work and they take transportation and they help out with their family, and they're good, clean cut, loyal guys. A guy has to not live with his parents and own a car for you to even give him a chance. Like it just shows you how even like guys can be very petty like that with other things that women do. But I'm a guy, so I'm going to talk about women. But it just shows you how petty society is. Like if he doesn't have the perfect job and the perfect car, this kind of went off on a tangent. That's what's really great about these rants is I can go on one rant and then start talking about something else. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. It sucks that, like we have these, like double standards and like how women and men act and stuff. And, But like I said, if a woman doesn't want to talk to me because I don't own a particular car, or I don't have a license, or I don't like, she doesn't like it that I live with my parents if I did, or doesn't like a guy living with his mom or dad or sister or brother or whatever it is, then that's on them, like someone shouldn't judge you for that because they don't know your situation. And statistically, millennials, I think, millennials are starting to live more and more with their parents statistically so they can save money because if you look at how expensive it is to live, then, living with your parents, you can save a lot of money and stuff like that. And it's just a financial decision. And a lot of more people are doing that. So times are changing now, If you look at like societies in Asia and other parts of the world, you're encouraged to stay with your family past like your adulthood, Families live together, Like I was talking to a woman in the Philippines, and she was like 23 or 24 years old, and she said that her brother lives there, her mother lives there, her father, her cousin, her uncle, her, like other societies like try to stay together and like unite the family, and American society tries to push away the family and tries to get everyone to grow up, and when they turn 18, not 20, 18, they have to leave and be an adult and leave and get their own job and get their own place. And that's just not how society is anymore. Kids at 18 do not have enough money to live alone, and if they do, they have to get a roommate or something like that. They don't have enough money. Like this generation that we're raising, Gen Z, I think that's the generation now, they do not have enough money. Like a lot of them don't even have enough money to buy a house, A lot of them can't buy homes. A lot of them have to like live in an apartment with like 2 or 3 different people. That's just how society is now. So when someone lives at home, it's really a financial decision, and the person's probably saving a lot of fucking money doing so. But if someone's going to judge you off of your living situation, then they're not really worth it anyway. But I'm going on a tangent now, like I said, and I'm kind of like repeating myself. So I'm going to leave the episode here. I really appreciate everyone listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rant series, and I'll make more episodes soon. I just got to think of things to talk about. I just try to make them whenever I think of something. I'm like, I want to make a topic about that in the video. And yeah, so thank you for listening, and I will make one very, very soon again. Thank you for listening.